Twin Cities Live. Today, we are peeling back the label on a pantry staple that can help your cooking go from good all the way to great. That's where we all want to go. It's called Bone Broth from Taking Stock Foods. It is the passion project of Molly Clark and Maddie Cotty. So they met working in a restaurant kitchen, and they wanted to open up a spot of their own, focusing, of course, on soups.
But these two women realized that owning a restaurant wasn't going to allow them the family lives that they wanted. So they shifted their focus to the broth they'd perfected that was going to be the base of their soups in their recipes at this restaurant. So that's when Taking Stock Foods was born. So I got to chat with Molly via Skype. Steve, we were in our respective kitchens.
Oh, safely.
To find out why a great bone broth can make a huge difference in your recipes. And we make a soup that might sound a little strange at first, but just stick with us.
Okay.
Molly, it's so nice to be in the kitchen with you.
Likewise, this is so much fun.
I love this. You know, when it comes to bone broth, it's one of my favorite topics. And having one that you can pick up off the shelf and enjoy either in recipes or on its own, I think is so good. And I'm currently sipping your ginger turmeric bone broth, sister, and I am loving every little bit of it. It's so good.
Thank you. It is our baby. My business partner and I took a long time developing these recipes, and the ginger turmeric was meant to be really soothing and not too much ginger, not too turmeric-y. Yeah, it's our most popular sipper, so our customers really like this one a lot.
You and Maddie started this a long time ago, and I love that you met with working in restaurants, that you have such a culinary background.
Yeah, for sure. Maddie and I really tried to bring that into what we're doing here. When we were working in restaurants, there was always a big pot of stock going because that's the building block of all cooking. And when we left the restaurant industry, it was sort of like, well, what do we do now? There really weren't that many really delicious, high quality stocks. This business is really a reflection of our love for one another and our desire to bring really high quality food to people, the food that we would want to feed our friends and families, bring that into the kitchens of folks in a convenient way. And our unsalted bone broth is made out of 5 ingredients that you would have in your own kitchen. Like, it's a very simple product.
If you're feeling sick, I mean, you should just immediately put a little pot of this on the stove and drink it up. But you can also use it in recipes. And what are we going to make today?
Yeah, I mean, it is a really versatile thing. So we like to see people adding it to their regular recipes where they would be adding water or stock to make their flavors more full, get some of the tummy soothing, like collagen benefits that bone broth has.
So let's make this sour cream soup. I feel like this is a total like Scandinavian cozy winter food. I've got a bunch of potatoes all chopped up. What do you want me to do?
Let's dump them in the pot. I think I have even more potatoes. They're like overflowing. You're gonna add 4 cups of water.
Okay, and then comes the taking stock.
Yeah, get her going.
Good.
I think that the recipe says cook until the potatoes are done. So whatever temperature you think that will happen.
When you only have a few ingredients, you want them to be really good. So what are we looking for with these? Are they gonna start to just like melt a little bit?
Exactly. We're looking for them to kind of be past the mashed potato stage.
And this is such a nice thing to just have bubbling away because it really doesn't take, you know, I'm checking on it a little bit, but there's not a lot of work involved. It's starting to get really like nice and thick.
Yes, that is what we want.
So my milk is going in. So just a half a cup of, I just did whole milk.
Yep. And then your 2 cups of sour cream.
2 cups of sour cream going in.
And then we're just gonna like keep simmering it until the potatoes are completely done. It's kind of like loaded mashed potatoes a little bit.
Yes,
but like
it totally is.
And I think that this is such a good way to highlight the flavor of the broth because it's such a simple recipe that you're like, oh, okay, I can taste that coming through a little bit too.
Molly, this is fabulous and delicious. And honestly, I mean, we could have just tried this on its own and I would have been perfectly happy, but making a recipe with you today was so much fun.
It really was. Elizabeth, thank you so much for talking with me.
Oh, I love it. Okay, cheers.
We'd love to
Don't live life with bad broth. Yeah, come back. Drink good broth. Life's too short.
All right.
cool it there at the end, Elizabeth.
Okay, so I poured you some of the turmeric ginger, and you know what's cool about this is that you can put this little pouch right in the microwave. So our producer Brittany put this in the microwave. You just unscrew the top, put it in, and then it warms up, and then we poured it into the mug for you. This is the one that I was drinking. Should I have had
this last week while I was ill?
Yes.
Instead of lifting chicken noodle?
Email you and say, get some bone broth.
I didn't know where to get it.
It's so good. So basically, too, what's interesting about this is if you're taking a collagen supplement, you know, if you're putting like powdered collagen in something, this is like the less processed version of that, because the collagen comes from the bones of the chicken when you simmer it and simmer it and simmer it for a long time and simmer it with a little bit of vinegar, and naturally comes out. So so many good collagen benefits, and then it's just warm and cozy and filling and delicious.
And they can be home with their families and not worry about running a restaurant.
Yes,
and it's local.
I love it. So look for this on the shelves. But here's what I want to tell you. This is a great way to buy it. Starting at $4.30, you're going to get a fantastic 50% off deal on Taking Stock bone broth. So you can buy 4, and then you can choose your own combination of products. So you can get the one that we tried. You can get the unsalted, the regular. You'll get 4 for just $17.98. That's half off the regular price of $35.96. And you can go to the .com deals page of TwinCitiesLive.com to get the deal. That's online only, and it's all organic and
how great.
Delicious.
By the way, you can also look for Taking Stock bone broth. It's also available at Whole Foods markets in Minnesota, Kowalski's, dozens of co-ops and health food stores, including Lake Winds, The Wedge, and Mestel's.
There you go.